Welcome back to the Best Damn Nerd Show. James Kincaid alongside Jeff Budd, Mark Trex, and John Craig. And we are going to dive right back into the maelstrom that is the Snyderverse, the Restore the Snyderverse movement, all of the turmoil at Warner Media and all that good or bad stuff, depending on how you look at it. But before we get into the latest with that, I wanted to get Mark, did you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League?
I did.
What did you think?
I liked it.
Shocker to no one, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Dude, I am eyes wide open looking for a good time. And Zacky Snyder, dude, he delivered. Not only did I get all the parts that I already liked in the first film, I also got Martian Manhunter, pretty dope. I got some extra action. I got no random Russian family running from tornadoes or whatever.
You got no random Russian family, but Martian Manhunter was pretty random.
Jared Leto was in it. Martian Manhunter, could have been a little more. It's fine. But great to see him. I felt like Cyborg was an actual character. I felt like the Flash was an actual character.
Flash was great.
Yeah. Darkseid. Come on. It was great. One of my biggest grievances of the original cut of Justice League was that Steppenwolf was just it was just like this herald of like, oh, but wait till you see Darkseid. Like, all right, like we saw him, dope. That was excellent. It didn't feel like 4 hours in the slightest, not in the slightest. The only thing that really drug it down was Lois Lane. Maybe I'm over Amy Adams.
Technically, you did squeeze it in over 2 sittings, though.
I did. I have children. They take
might
time.
Might have helped the runtime feel.
Little known fact.
Yeah,
children take
point
time.
of order on that, Mark. That on balance, it might not have felt like 4 hours.
Here's the thing:
you sat down at two different times.
James, you sound like
Sarnoff
watched.
Right my daughter
could
watched.
Never be released in theaters. It's 4 hours long. Did I mention it's 4 hours?
Fuck
Zack Snyder.
No, my daughter was heartbroken by the idea that Superman was dead. She's a 4-year-old, and she was like, "Where's Superman? He's gone." Why? I'm like,
wasn't she paid to
tell
see
your
him
girl
in the beginning of the movie?
No,
didn't she see him die in the beginning of the movie?
Invested. Then when he came back, dude, boom, fireworks. It was amazing. So much feels, so much heart. Snyderverse, let's bring it back. Why not?
Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'm going to watch it again. I got another 4 hours this next weekend.
I have watched it again. Jeff, I know we watched it together.
That was a lot of fun, yeah.
Together.
Felt like 4 hours, though.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we watched it in one sitting as it was intended. But just, I
would argue against that.
I tried as much to impart sort of your takes on things when Davis and I talked about it, Jeff. But if you have anything just about the Snyder Cut in general before we dive into all the drama surrounding it since then.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but then I watched MauLer's Unbridled Rage video about it. Now I don't think I enjoyed it anymore.
Oh, no, don't let that influence
It's like
you.
he really picked it apart. It's like, you know what? He's right about a lot of this. There are things about the Whedon cut that I wish were included. We talked about this. I like when Aquaman was holding the lasso. And told the truth. I thought that was a good joke. And yeah, it does kind of give you a little bit more as far as like his mindset into things. I think that this movie was a pleasant surprise. Because I did not have any faith in Zack Snyder doing Superman right. And Superman's personality was pretty much the same in both films. There were just a few other comments in the Whedon one, but that also had the weird CGI face. So, pick your poison. I thought all of that was good. I didn't like the Russian family, so I was glad that they were gone. Also, I don't know if you guys remember this in the Whedon one, but there's like this weird cut where it just like goes to Wonder Woman and she's like smiling or like shaking her head because somebody said something stupid. It was like during the final battle. I was just like, that's such a weird reaction shot. It was just dumb, and it was something that was added in later. So I'm glad that wasn't included in the Snyder thing at all. It was career. So corny. Yeah, I don't. But overall, I thought it was good. It was good to see Darkseid. I still enjoyed it. I'd like to see more with this universe, I guess.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, maybe so, maybe not. I thought we were doing multiverse stuff. If we're bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman, can't we just do everything?
That's the whole point. Like, why would they say not to do this? Why would Ann Sarnoff say that we're not doing it when it's like, yeah, we're doing the multiverse stuff. So why couldn't this just be a part of it. But one of the rumors now is that the Flash movie is going to kill the Snyderverse, like that whatever timeline stream they close up.
I mean, they could punctuate
a Flash movie that was already going on and had nothing to do with the Snyder universe at all. All of a sudden, it's going to kill the Snyderverse.
And the beauty of a multiverse is that you can pick it up and leave it whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly. Flashpoint Paradox, and then it's slightly like the New 52 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens there.
Mark, to that end, like I feel like Ann Sarnoff just didn't need to say anything. Like, if you're not you don't have to declare that the Snyderverse is dead. If you don't want to do another Snyder movie for a second, just wait a second. But
exactly.
Why are you going out and saying that it's dead? Like that's the worst thing you could do.
I know we've
just let it lie.
I know we've talked about this a bunch on YouTube already, but why do that? Why aren't they at least taking a moment to celebrate the fact that it got released? But they're not even doing that. They released it and they're like, all right, that's out of the way. Now it's done. So you guys can stop.
And we're never doing
it
again.
The numbers that they're doing are incredible with the Snyder Cut, but she didn't even want to celebrate the fact that it was successful. It's insane to me that's the move that they're making.
Maybe she's not meant long for that position. Dude,
that's what we're saying, Mark.
Corporate warfare. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
It'll turn around.
And she's become the greatest villain in the DCEU right now, dude. With that piece that she did for Variety, she has a target firmly painted on her. And dude, she's just getting knocked around.
It's better to just say nothing. Just say less, Ann Sarnoff. Just say less. Like whether or not you guys are going to do another Snyder movie anytime soon, just don't say it. That's it. That's the solution, Kill it, revive it, whatever you got to do. Just don't go out and do an interview 3 days later saying that it's not coming back. Give us the Ayer cut, god damn it. Now I want it out of principle.
Yeah. There's a movement coming in April, though, to restore the Snyderverse.
Yes.
It's going on right now.
There's a specific day, I thought, where everyone's supposed to spam the internet and take it.
Is there?
If I did my research, I would tell you what that day is.
Hold on, someone commented on one of our videos with it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, and Davis was talking about it.
There was a lot. There was actually a lot of comments of that day.
Restore the Snyderverse. Let's see.
What April 12th or no? That's my anniversary. Another important day.
Okay, I got it. All right.
What is Snyderverse Day?
Pastor
I knew there was
Donka.
something important about this day.
Gotta remember.
Joe's just like, Mark, you ready for today? Oh yeah, I'm ready to restore the Snyderverse, babe.
I'm hashtagging all day, girl. Don't worry.
He's stretching his
That's
thumbs.
how Mark's marriage ends.
Hey, but at least he might get another movie out of it.
Restore the Truex-verse. God damn. Go ahead, John.
So Pastor Donka on YouTube says, Ready the Armada on April 19th, 2021 at UTC 2:14 p.m. We will trend restore the Snyderverse #worldwide exactly 1 month prior to Warner Media upfronts. Our target is set at 2.14 million tweets.
There it is.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Get
Okay. So they want to break the record that they already set.
Yes.
Essentially, because the Restore the Snyderverse trend already broke the Avengers Endgame record for most trending twees.
We should have this guy on the podcast. I don't know, this random YouTube commenter as the voice of the movement. He's heralding. He's just going around to channels heralding. Actually, one thing that
sometimes
I realized,
people have greatness thrust upon them. So
after we did a couple of these Snyderverse videos on YouTube, I realized that there is a group of people on YouTube that is just going around to every video that posts with that hashtag and commenting on it. They're actively seeking out this to just amplify and make it better. So
it's like the old YouTube videos where people just comment on every video about how much Justin Bieber stinks. So it's just
exactly. So with that being said, and this is an announcement that we're announcing to our fans for the first time ever.
Of Justin Bieber. Whatever.
Our show is now 100% dedicated to the Snyderverse.
It has to be. We've been branded.
We're not doing content on anything else at this point.
From now on we're doing this. We're just
I'm in.
Yeah, kind of converted the podcast into doing it.
Mark, you took a couple weeks off, and we're more in the tank for the DCEU and the Snyderverse than ever, man. This is your dream come true.
It's the best.
Finally worked, Mark.
I love it. And let's just talk about that intro scene for Wonder Woman in Snyder's cut. The foiled bank robbery suicide
no, thanks.
bomber.
It wasn't my favorite part.
Oh, it was so good, though.
Sucked in both.
I was not a big fan in either one.
Way better now. The way those heads went splat? Come on.
No, the animation of her blocking the bullets looked goofy in both of them.
Dude, you just
the entire premise is just dumb.
Didn't like it. And I've liked Wonder Woman in the DCEU. Wonder Woman 84 was not good, but
she made heads go splat. It was great.
Thanks, Mark. Maybe it would help if I watched it in 2 sittings, but I didn't. Watch it as Zack Snyder intended.
First of all, about watching it in 2 sittings, it was designed to be at least in 6 sittings. The fact that they put in a title, Part 5, Part 6, with captioned headlines in between.
That doesn't mean they want it in different sittings.
Dude, no.
How do you watch Django Unchained then?
Thank you, Jeff.
Django Unchained was in 4 hours. Okay?
Or no, I'm sorry. What was the other one? The Hateful Eight.
The fact that Snyderverse came and went as a 2-parter, a mini-series back and forth because of whatever the studio wanted to jerk around Zack with, okay? He still came out with a quality product. He put titles in there, and it should have been given the breath in between
quality
episodes.
Product. He put titles in it, guys.
Yeah. Because he was working towards one end, and then they changed the goal lines on him. Dude, fuck the studio. All right? Zack Snyder's a god.
I think
great title for a YouTube video.
Just sort of summed everything up. Fuck the studio.
Local man.
The studio said, fuck you. What do you think of that, Mark? Fuck you and fuck your anniversary.
Just saying. Just saying.
They're going to show up a week early.
Titles, they should have released it out in installments.
Can we start a petition to change the Snyderverse Day to be Mark's anniversary?
2 birds, 1 stone, Mark.
Yeah. Both over with. Oh my goodness!
You could fit the hashtag into your grateful post on Facebook. Really would appreciate it.
The best thing that happened in my life was when I got married. The second best thing that could happen would be to hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
Somehow Snyder knew.
All right. I mean, the restore the Snyderverse movement is reportedly getting or already has a very powerful ally as well. So I want to talk about that. And Jeff, I know you've mentioned it a little bit offline or on the Discord, and that is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reportedly is all in on the Snyderverse, wants to give Ann Sarnoff a rock bottom and a people's elbow, and take the Hamada-verse, turn it sideways, and stick it straight up Ann Sarnoff's candy ass. But apparently The Rock is big fan of what Zack Snyder's doing and very closely tied with Henry Cavill. Jeff, your sort of thoughts on that? Do you think this will... Yeah, go ahead. What they like share an agent, or what's the deal?
No, Rock's ex-wife is Henry Cavill's agent, and Rock has good relationship with her, and Rock and Henry Cavill seem to be pretty tight, and he's a big fan of Henry Cavill's Superman, and yeah, the two of them get along really well. He's been pushing Henry Cavill to return as Superman long before we even knew we were going to get this cut.
Yeah, and he wants Black Adam to face off with Henry Cavill's Superman,
which would be awesome. I'd like to see that too.
It would be awesome, and I think also
you want to cast a Superman now. We got a good Superman. Let's just stick with it. I'm even fine with ignoring the other movies. Let's just keep the actors at least. I like these actors playing those parts. They look like them.
I completely agree with that. Like, we don't want to have to reinvent the whole...
It's not like Zack Snyder's narrative was that consistent to begin with. So, I mean, you could pretend those other movies didn't even happen. Just let the audience fill in the blank.
We're dealing with multiple timelines. They just look the same still. That's fine.
Wouldn't they still look the same?
Happens in the
That's what you would think. Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is still Batman pre and post Flashpoint Paradox, so it still would be Ben Affleck.
Well, actually, no. In the parrot. Well, yes, pre and post, but Deering.
That's what I'm talking about.
Our guy Tomas. But I do think that it's important to note that just how powerful The Rock is in Hollywood as well right now. I mean, he is one of the very...
He's the guy.
He's the guy. And for him to come out...
And he really throws his weight around.
He does. He
like
does
destroyed
not
the
shy
Fast
away
and Furious
from that.
franchise.
Yeah, he does not shy away from that. So I don't think that it really is being overstated that his support of Restore the Snyderverse could pay huge dividends in that sort of carrying the day. I do think that if the Rock sort of throws his weight around, like you said, that could be sort of a deciding factor for this, which is it's exciting,
especially if Black Adam is a hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shazam 2, whatever the hell they're calling it. Yeah, well, I think it will be too. So
yeah.
People are excited for it.
Yeah, just
Piercy Brosnan. Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, that just adds to it, honestly.
Oh, so good. Can't wait.
And I mean, we don't have the kind of time to like rebuild the universe again. We got a ton of the characters already. Let's just go from here. Come on.
But I don't think they're trying to have a consistent universe. I think that's the thing. I think that they're
well, good news. They don't have a consistent universe.
They don't need to.
A bunch of
the multiverse is the consistency.
Yeah, it's all very unwieldy.
Yeah.
But I mean, just take a page out of DC Comics books.
Exactly. And the fact that the Arrowverse is such a strong thing for them as well, it can stand on its own and still like morph in and out like they did in Crisis on Infinite Earth's storyline on TV, where they had Flash from Snyderverse pop in. And that was a delightful scene. Delightful.
Could do it. So Black Adam got a release date, January 29th, 2022. It's a long time to wait for it. It feels like it's been 5 years since The Rock was cast as Black Adam. And I am excited. I do think the movie is going to be great. You mentioned Pierce Brosnan getting cast as Dr. Fate. I think I think that's great casting news. That was a big time nerdgasm from me. And just like that, we're getting the JSA and everything with Black Adam. I'm excited for that. Mark, extrapolate. What are your feels for Black Adam and everything moving forward?
The fact that Black Adam is getting a movie is pretty titillating for myself, because I do love Black Adam as the anti-hero that he is. I love him as a villain, but I like that his heart is always in like the quote unquote right place, but he goes all out for exactly what he wants and the people he cares about, which makes him an exciting villain. And the fact that they're tying the JSA into it makes total sense with the kind of longevity and lifeline that Black Adam would have. The fact that we can get a Hawkman in this, let alone Atom Smasher and Dr. Fate. Like, Dr. Fate's one of my dudes. You put Piercy Brosnan in that helmet? Come on now. Him and Naboo, they're going to make some gold on film. So I can't wait to see it. And because I remember last summer, it was the DC convention, and they were doing the video edits for Black Adam, and I think they had Atom Smasher cast and like maybe Cyclone, and that's it. And not like I'm loosely connected with Cyclone, like I've read some of her JSA stuff with Jeff Johns, and it was good, but like it was just kind of formulating. And the fact that we're not even a year from there, and like, yeah, they're starting principal production, they have a full cast lined in, and we have a release date is exciting. Because I mean, we always got to keep in mind, I mean, now is the time where we get so much information about a movie's production so far in advance, aside from like just seeing a trailer and realizing something's happening. I feel like this is actually on a pretty escalated schedule with the amount of information we've got on it to where we are now.
Yeah, I totally get that. And I'm with you. I am very titillated, as you said, for Black Adam, and to see what The Rock does with it. I'm ready for it. I do feel like it's been a while for us to wait to finally see him take to the screen with it. Jeff, where are you at on Black Adam?
I don't have an opinion. I don't really care.
All right. Do you have an opinion about the Restore the Snyderverse movement maybe taking a page out of Disney's book and bombing the Godzilla versus Kong reviews, apparently? is the Restore the Snyderverse movement getting a little militant and attacking Godzilla versus Kong? I know it's on our list to watch, but I immediately thought of you because I was like, this isn't a good look, guys. Come on. You know.
Who's reading Godzilla King Kong reviews? Like, come on, you know what this movie is. I know it's a piece of shit. I'm still going to go see it.
Casualty of war, James. Casualty of war. Had to be done.
I kind of feel like damage. That is everything for the Snyder cut. All right, we have no choice.
Yeah.
Everything must be sacrificed.
Nothing is over.
God, dude, I want a good kaiju.
I honestly don't have a problem with it. I like the idea of them just bombarding everything and doing that stuff. Kind of like what the people are doing with the Gina Carano firing and stuff. So, yeah, if enough people want it, Yeah, make
just
noise.
Militarized fan base.
Can't ignore them.
I think this is like
gorillas.
definition of
you, not the like Kong. But
the definition of
the
toxic fandom, by the way.
What is that?
This is the definition of toxic fandom.
Well, it's like kind of like what
against.
John was saying. It's like, you gave them the Snyder cut in the first place. Give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Where does it end? Maybe that's why she was shutting it down. It's like, yeah, we gave you your movie. That's it, though, folks. Don't think that we're going to completely bend over backwards.
Give a mouse a cookie.
You can't. You can't. This is my problem with the whole like accusing people of being toxic fans and all this. Is like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't like make movies about these worlds that have incredibly passionate communities and incredibly dedicated communities to the cause, and then when you fuck them up or do something that these people don't like and they criticize you for it, turn around and be like, nah, they're just toxic.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
No, maybe you're the toxic one for even stepping your foot in this arena and disrespecting the community like this. Maybe you are the toxic one.
And aren't we also supposed to just be like driven by profits because it is a business? I thought once AT&T like bought Warner Brothers, it's like, okay, just follow the money. And if people are watching the Snyder cut,
that's why AT&T, that's why AT&T are the ones applying that pressure to continue on with it.
Everyone has their own pet project.
So I'm fine
yeah, but
then.
And I think I mentioned this on one of the YouTube things. Like, the problem is HBO Max's subscribers are very, very low. And when you compare their monthly subscriber base to the amount of money that a film like that costs, and especially when you look at obviously how much special effects and edited material they left on the cutting room floor, they wasted a lot of money on that movie, on the theatrical version of that movie. And even re-releasing it with this new cut and finally showing all this footage, that is not a sustainable model with the amount of income that they're making off HBO Max. And hypothetically, when theaters open back up, they'll be able to make some revenue from that. But I think maybe what she's saying, if you read between the lines, is like, me and Sarnoff as CEO of Warner Brothers, like, I have failed because HBO Max is a flop. HBO Max is a flop. It doesn't work. It doesn't have enough subscribers to continue making good content like this. We need to focus on low budget, low visual effects budgets, like simple characters that don't require these epic worlds to be created. We cannot sustain this. And that, like, but she's not going to go out and do an interview like that where she's going to hold herself accountable for the success or failure of HBO Max. Instead, she's going to be like, yeah, it was received well. We're probably going to do other stuff from here on out. It's like, why, Anne? Why? What's the correlation with the subscriber numbers?
And give me my question series if we need low budget stuff. And I will say this: if it is confirmed that Dick Grayson is dead in the Snyderverse, let it die. Burn it if you have to. Like, no, it's dead then.
Let the past die. Yeah. Kill it if you have to. Mark, you were shaking your head. What say you?
I don't know, man. Like, I want a good kaiju flick. Sounds great.
You're still getting
that,
makes me
sad. I know. I'm excited. I like what HBO Max.
They're just kind of doing a Snyderverse commercial underneath it in the comments section.
I'm a Hebo shill. It's cool. I love what they got putting out over there.
What's your favorite Godzilla movie again?
Dude, I don't know. Zilla with Matt Broderick before he hit that lady. I don't know.
Oh my God,
that was long after he hit that lady.
Before I knew about it.
But it was before we knew about it. Yeah, I was gonna say that news didn't reach the Shire for a long time, Jeff. Mark and I were unaware.
I don't know, man. I got nothing to contribute. I'm just excited.
An apologist over here.
I want more HBO Max. More HBO Max. Keep it going.
It's good to see TV of the streaming wars.
AT&T and Jason Keelar are pro more HBO Max, and Sarnoff is the one that is, because she's Warner Media Studio. She is not so pro HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean, like, having the movies on there is rad, given current circumstances. Otherwise, I'll go to a theater and pop some corn. Otherwise, like, give me just the original content shows they got going on and all their beautiful back catalogs of things like the Batman the Animated Series. I'm into it.
Adult Swim stuff on there too, which I appreciate.
There's a lot of stuff. Pay me, HBO. But aside from that, like, I don't need new movies on it. that's fine unless they want to do like special limited series, just like HBO always did. HBO always had good content. Sopranos, still great.
Mm-hmm.